Hope you got a cup of coffee and some lunch during the lunch break. And it's now time for us to hear from our sponsors. I'm very grateful to the support. These are not just sponsors for an event, they're partners to us in our business. Multinet have been an unbelievable partner to us. I've told you we've got a consultant who's dedicated to our team, Amanda. If you haven't met Amanda Bond yet, please do connect with her. Go out to the table outside. We're going to learn more about that relationship. And then Old Mutual and Fundereel and Associates have been great partners to us as well. And we're going to learn some new initiatives that are being launched by you guys for the agents, which can make you a lot of money in the coming year. So very grateful to you for your partnership. Thank you for sponsoring the event. You make this event possible. And I'm going to ask you each just a fun question to start. And then we'll get into some of the other content. So, Heno, let's start with you.
Thank you.
So, Heno's the head of marketing for the Old Mutual PFA division, the personal financial advice section. So he can kind of speak on behalf of the Old Mutual. So here's my fun question for you. If Old Mutual were a superhero, what would its superpowers be?
While I think about that, I think I must give myself a chance and just thank you for inviting us and everyone. Thank you very much for your time. I believe it's a fantastic 2 days, so congratulations on that. Superpowers, I would go with Iron Man. So Iron Man has got this. Let me just look at the faces. Who's smiling for Iron Man? Yeah, there's a couple of Iron Man fans here, so that's good. He's got this biotechnological embedded into his DNA, and I think if I think about Old Mutual, our victory condition is for our customers to sustain, grow, and protect their prosperity. But in simple language, that means you need to become financially well, financial wellness. And if we can get that right for our customers, I mean, Tony Stark's got a lot of money, but that is possibly the dream, I think, for our customers as well. How can we get our customers to be the best version of themselves? And we often speak about the financial wellness that you get. And if you get to that point, think about it. If something happens at home and you've got the financial means to look after that without that unnecessary stress, I think that opens up kind of your whole world with something simple like the finances. I mean, your relationship's going to be better. I think a lot of that can be better. And you can see I'm going to get passionate, so I'll stop now.
Excellent. Great. I can tell you, I got these guys to relook at my personal insurance, just our short-term insurance, and that's just on the contents of our home and our cars and my bikes and stuff. And so Jean sent an email. He said, please provide me with the following information. We were insured with, I can tell you, First for Women. Don't laugh. My wife organized it. So we were paying, I think it was 12,000 Rand a month for all of these various things that were insured. And another detail that comes to mind was the excess on my vehicles was like 12 grand or something, Jean, something like that. 12,500 on the vehicles. And Jean took one look at this. He said, they're ripping you off. My monthly repayment came from 12 grand a month, my installment, to about 6,000 Rand a month. So I halved my monthly mortgage. My cover doubled from 1.5 to like 2.5 million Rand. I now don't have to specify items in the contract. And my vehicle excesses came down to, I don't want to lie, was it like 3.5 or something like that for the vehicles? I mean, until someone looks at your insurance setup, you actually don't know what kind of deal you're getting. Get these guys to come in and have a look at what you're doing, and they might be able to save you an enormous amount of money. We have got 6,500 Rand a month extra now just because I made one phone call. So thank you. And we promote you guys with a clear conscience because we know you do a good job. Okay, fun question for you, Jean. So Jean's the head of an independent Old Mutual advisory company. So they're affiliated with Old Mutual, but he leads the business. And my question is, if your company were a movie genre, like action movie or a horror movie, or hopefully it's not a horror movie, but what would it be and why?
Thanks, Steve. So the last time I had a mic in my hand was when I was actually doing karaoke. So yeah,
That was a horror
normally
movie.
I sit in front of 2 or 4 people. So it's lovely to see all your people and agents out here today. So I would definitely say family. We're very family orientated, and our clients becomes like family and friends as we look after their personal financial needs.
Awesome, a family movie, I love it. Okay, Sean, here we go.
I like the first question.
You like the first one?
Yeah.
You want that one?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, take that one.
So we'd be Goldilocks. Why are you guys laughing?
Goldilocks.
Yeah. I mean, that's our superpower. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just perfect. and that's what we do with our loans. We find the perfect loan for you.
I love it. Okay, we're going to leave it there. We'll let you off the hook with that one. That was quite good. Then, Sean, let me then stick with you. You guys obviously saw the opportunity with EXP pretty early on. I'd love to hear your thinking around why you thought this was going to grow in South Africa. Here we are a couple of years later. We the fastest growing in South Africa's history, 1,200 agents. You really have served the company well. What is it about EXP that caught your eye, and where do you think the relationship between Multinet and EXP is going in the future?
Yeah, I think the model explained just makes 100% sense for us. You know, in South Africa, we still a few years back compared to the States. So I think when estate agents can earn 93 to 100% of the comm, it just makes 100% sense. And as one of 3 mortgage brokers, those for the US guests here in the room, in the country, we were the only one that was an independent. So we were the only one that didn't have shares in a real estate company or owned a real estate company. So I think the partnership just worked well for both of us growing.
Yeah, it's been a good partnership with the independence of Multinet, and thank you for what you guys do for us. We appreciate it. I'm going to stick with you, Sean, tech. And I don't know if there is an answer to this, if technology is kind of disrupting the bond origination industry yet, but just talk us through the kind of tools that you can interact with the agents with. What part does tech play in what you're doing?
Yeah, I think we need to remember that the South African market, 70% of the buyers are still first-time home buyers. So, you know, they're not very tech savvy, and they need someone to hold their hand through this daunting process. So the tech that's in the market now is qualifying your customers. The pre-qualification certificates, getting the customers to have a look at their ITC, which most consumers didn't know what it was. You know, most consumers thought, but I didn't know I had an ITC that showed me I didn't pay my account and now I can't get a loan. So it's very much about holding someone's hand through the process, but using tech to help them identify the gaps. And that's what our guys do in the background.
Okay, super. Heno, ICs. So I had to learn a whole new language when I was dealing with the guys from Old Mutual. I'm going to just leave it from base level so you can explain from scratch. What is an IC, and why should they be interested in that?
Thanks. We do have a lot of acronyms. IC stands for Independent Contractor. And if there's one thing, I need you to listen now, because this is where you can make money. Simplest terms, and just jump in, John Lee, if you want, but simplest terms is IC is a referral mechanism that you can get your customers in front of us. I spoke about this Tony Stark dream that we've got to sustain, grow, and protect our customers' prosperity, and that's exactly what we want to do for your customers. And the better off they are, the better off you are, and that referral mechanism means money for you. And John Lee, I'm sure you're going to jump in to explain a bit more about that, but that's just a referral mechanism to sign up as an independent contractor.
100% correct. Thanks, Henry. So it's basically for an additional income stream as well, and obviously to build a passive income. So I always mention that most of estate agency companies, and I'm sure yourself as well, you don't belong to a pension or a provident fund to build up towards retirement. And this is a good way of building in passive income, earning upfront commission, putting your brand out there and motivating your own business and your brand out there. So yeah, great opportunity.
Okay, so just be more specific. In a property transaction, where's the entry point for the agent with the client in the conversation?
That's a good question, and I've actually had it from a few of you here as well. So obviously when it goes into the bank, so obviously via a bond originator in most instances, 2 or 3 banks will come up and they will obviously discuss terms and the best interest and so forth, the best interest rate. So prime or primeless one, whatever it might be. So when that discussion is happening and the agent is aware of it, it's the best time to send the lead on then. Because if it's after that, then the bank or whoever might have phoned him by then. So that's the best time to send the lead. And obviously, you build trust with your client and to say that we work in a partnership and we're going to add value to the client and look at his portfolio holistically.
Okay, so let's say the agent here has a client, they're applying for a bond. At that point, they say, could we get our financial advisors to give you a ring? The lead is sent off to you. What happens from them just to settle their minds to the service the client is going to get?
Yeah, thanks, Steve. So we basically make contact with the client. We set up the appointment. We go and do an F&A, so financial needs analysis. And up on conclusion of that, we will keep the agent posted. And also when the policy issue, we'll send them feedback. So that's basically the process.
Okay. And in case you're missing it, you then get paid a percentage of the premiums on those products. So they'll go in with the bond com, but then they will then talk about the greater needs, whether it's short-term insurance or life insurance or gap cover or whatever the case may be. So there's a huge opportunity for you to develop a secondary income stream, and I'm very big on that with my group. We try to build relationships with companies like Multinet as well, who pay a fantastic bond commission to our agents, and you keep it all. You don't share it with the company. You know, if you can build up a life in which you have 4, 5, 6, 7 different income streams. It's incredible how when there's a dip in sales, a couple of these other things can just plug the gaps that would normally create a crisis in your life. So you've got to be looking at creating multiple income streams. So thank you guys for what you do. We appreciate your partnership with us. I want to talk a little bit, in fact, let me throw the same question to you, Sean, because I don't want to just assume the obvious here. So with bond origination, one of the most important things agents can do is getting their clients pre-qualified. So now let's just assume that nobody, I know you do know what that is, but let's just assume they don't. Tell us about that.
Yeah, pre-qualification in simple terms is doing an application before you submit it to the bank. So you have a look at the customer's creditworthiness, you make sure there's no blemishes, can he afford the bond that he's looking for, and then the estate agent knows exactly what this customer his buying power is. You know, time is money, and wasting your time with someone that isn't pre-qualified just costs you money.
So they've got clients, they've suggested to their clients, let's get you pre-qualified. What do you want them to do?
So they literally just send it to one of our consultants. They'll handle the rest for you, send you a certificate from Multinet with a unique number so you know it's real. You do get pre-qualifications out there that aren't real. So it's on the customer's basis of what he says. And now you take him out, you think he can afford 3 million, but when you do the application, he can only afford 1 million. So make sure that you do a proper pre-qualification and use our guys. They have the tools to do it.
Excellent. Who here has got BondCom from Multinet? Look at that, lots of you guys. Our latest Icon agent. You enjoy working with Multinet? Fantastic. Thank you. Okay, guys, please connect with the Multinet guys at the table outside. I think we got 1 minute left, so we need to wrap it up. But I'd like to just hear from you if you've got something intelligent to say, which is difficult when it comes to the economy. But where do you see South Africa's economy going this year?
Yeah, interesting. I actually attended a Standard Bank economic outlook about 2 days ago, and Gulam, the head of economy, spoke a little about the world and what's going to happen in South Africa. So the one thing is, we've got about 2 billion people going to the polls this year. America, China, Brazil, Russia, South Africa. And the world economy is in a little bit of a state of angst. People don't really want to invest in countries, so the capital flows are a little bit slow, which is a good thing for property. Why? Because inflation is coming down. And with inflation rates that are coming down, means interest rates are coming down. So we suspect in South Africa about 100 basis points, that's 1% interest rate coming down this year. In the US, we see interest rates coming down, which means that our property market will get busier. We've already seen it in January, can you believe it? We are doing better in January this year than what we did last year, January. And February looks like the same. So it's looking good for us in the industry.
Excellent. That's such good news.
100%. I fully agree. That's our expectations this year as well. With inflation coming down, as Sean mentioned, we're expecting about a 1 basis points coming down. So that's great for you guys and obviously attracting more buyers as well.
Super. Give our sponsors a round of applause. Thank you, gents. We appreciate you guys.
One more.
Oh, yes. There's something really cool planned from the Old Mutual guys. Tell us about it, Sean.
Okay, guys, so this is only for EXP, so fortunately for most of you in the room, for the whole of South Africa. So the competition is launching the 1st of March, something to motivate you guys throughout the year. So we are going to give a first prize. It will be announced on the 1st of March 2025. I'm not sure when Build is next year, so it might be before or after Build. So 45,000 cash prize for the first person sending the most successful insurance leads, 25,000 second prize, and 10,000 third prize. And the T's and C's will be with you guys before end of next week.
So that's wonderful. 45 grand to the winner, and that's on top of all of the premiums that you're going to be being paid during the year. So please do come and form a relationship with them. We appreciate you, gents. Thank you so much for serving us.
Thank you very much.